Stoten. I'm here at Apex 2019. I'm on the SCOOPstudio and I'm joined by Malek from Saki and Tom from Fuji. What I wanted to talk about, guys, is the idea that better data will allow us to make better decisions in the manufacturing process. And I noticed that you two have got some collaboration going on. Tom, you've got a Saki machine on your booth connected to your line. Tell me what the motivation is there.
Yeah, so the motivation there is really taking the opportunity to have, obviously control all the way down the line. And with Saki as being one of our smart factory partners, we have the opportunity to place equipment pre-reflow, do inspection pre-reflow, and be able to make decisions on the quality of that data and feed it back upstream for the corrections that can take place to increase the capabilities of the equipment. And that's really just the starting point. I mean, that's really the final check before reflow. So if we can pull data from there, we can feed back upstream and then begin to control the process all the way through and tighten the thresholds and eliminate a lot of the potential process problems coming down the line.
Yeah, and when I look at it, it's a great example of what I see going on in the industry at the moment, which is some really powerful collaborations that are really focused on benefits to the customer, but a real understanding that to make these systems work at the high end, we've got to start with really good, solid data. You've got to be collecting the right image and processing that image in a way that Tom's systems can make use of.
Yes, absolutely. So, as Tom mentioned, the key to the success of our biggest customers, because we have common customers, mostly EMS companies and the people who do their own manufacturing, is to really provide an environment and tools for them that starts with a smart equipment, and a smart equipment talking to each other makes a smart line, and a smart lines talking to each other makes a smart factory, and a smart factory talking to the ERP systems makes a smart enterprise. So when we talk about this and we start this, so having common customers, we start from equipment. And Saki and Fuji, we have a very long history of collaboration and a strong relationship. As you can see, our machines on Fuji lines, and also as our major customers, our machines are in their lines. So we have vested interest to make sure that our machines talk to each other. So the concept of M2M and machine communications works together, and then also that force us to be able to keep up with the speed of Fuji equipment, which is the fastest equipment in the industry. And also not only that our vision systems and inspection systems are strong enough that can work and collaborate and align with the vision system and inspection system of Fuji hardware and software. So that will really provide the best system for our customers, and also for our customers, they assign their advanced manufacturing engineers to make sure that these machines can talk to each other and to provide a platform that we can have a seamless process from machine to machine, that we will not build bad quality with the machine-to-machine communications. The first defect, we will know we can correct the machine before and after. And making all of that work together really is a win-win situation. It's the best thing for us, it's the best thing for Fuji, it's the best thing for our customers and their customers.
Yeah.
So this is truly a huge step forward in the operations and the manufacturing processes.
Yeah, and when you look at that, Tom, you start with that really good data, you're able to make better decisions at an enterprise level. These kind of partnerships that we're seeing now are a realization that this Industry 4.0 picture or this smart factory picture is too big for one company to do alone. There's a realization that collaboration can add the most value.
That's absolutely true, and we collaborate, as Alex said, very, very strongly with Saki, but we collaborate with everybody else in the industry too. We're very fortunate to have the opportunity to collaborate with Saki, but Saki's not for everybody, just like Fuji's not for everybody. So anybody that really is truly going into 4.0 really has to have the open mind and the open interfaces to be able to communicate with everyone. And I think that's a really big part of it. Saki has that strength as well. So regardless of customers using X, Y, and Z equipment, you've got to be able to interface that factory. You've got to be able to help them with 4.0. So the collaboration is critical, and we're driving that collaboration as the other smart factory members are.
Yeah, and that gives you that layer of connectivity, that layer of data at the bottom, and you're looking for that high quality data. The next job, at some point we'll stop talking about connectivity because it'll become a given. We'll be able to talk about where we can add value on top. And that's a really key part of your strategy, I guess, to take that data and actually make the lines more efficient, improve yield, improve overall efficiency.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And it's not just, you're right, it is the data, but it's really accomplishing all the goals of Smart Factory. And it might be automatic changeover, it might be program change, the predictive analytics we talked about. But a lot of customers have different priorities for 4.0. They have to do 4.0 for different reasons. It might be just strictly driving quality. It might be driving resources. It might be manufacturing resources in the factory that they need to conserve. So Smart Factory gives you that capability. I look at it from another aspect as one of the very, very key areas of getting manufacturing back to the U.S. When you look at the labor rates and you look at the difference in the economies around the world, how do we replace the labor cost in China when you have such an offsetting labor cost in the U.S.? Smart Factory takes that variable out of it. So that's really, I think, a big driver also that's going to help us all get to the next level.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if I may, I would like to add to that. Another kind of hidden goal, or maybe not really a kind of intangible goal, is that to improve manufacturing in the U.S., bring the manufacturing in the U.S., because the cost of the material is 80% of the total cost. And the material cost is very much the same all over the world. The variable is the labor cost, which is the 20%. To Tom's point, if we get to a point that we have fully automated processes, that we do not need to have assemblers, but we have a higher level of technicians or engineers that they can do the programming and changeover, we very much eliminate that need for labor. And once we do that, if we look at the total cost of ownership and the landed cost, with full automations, it actually is going to be cheaper, or at least the same cost, to build it in the US, because you're eliminating the traveling cost, the cost of the miscommunications and all of that. And that's another really value for the economy of the US and the economy of the North America.
Yeah, and I think it's not just true for the US, it's everywhere in the world. And what I like is this idea of when we can get this level playing field in terms of the cost of manufacture, we'll just start to manufacture where consumption is. And if we manufacture where consumption is, we'll be able to do a better job, we'll be able to be more agile, we'll be able to reduce the environmental impact, and it'll be positive for everybody.
Yes, the carbon footprint, the transportation, the shipping traffic, airplane traffic, all of that, again, is a positive steps towards a lot of intangible other benefits.
Yeah. Guys, I know I'm going to talk to you both separately about what your individual businesses are doing here at Apex, so I'm looking forward to doing that. But in the meantime, thanks for coming together to talk about your collaboration. I love to see these little success stories where people are working together for the good of the customer. It's a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely.